So it's wipe day and you are a solo player on a high population server. I feel your pain. But don't worry, I have a 6 easy step guide to allow anybody to make it in solo Rust. And you don't need to be great at PvP. I'm playing on US West dedicated. It's only minutes after the wipe started. There's already 100 people on it. Within about 30 minutes the server was maxed out at 200 people with a waiting line. I'm not taking the easy way out. I've set myself a very difficult situation just to show you that this guide does in fact work. In the description below I've indexed all of the steps to make this easier to use. Step 1. You want to get a base up as soon as possible, so you need to select a good location. Since this server is so competitive, I'm looking for a place that's kind of out of the way. A place that has enough resources, enough rock nodes for me to build a good sized base, but which is also maybe hidden by trees, hidden by rocks. That's kind of out of the way so I can get a little bit of peace, relative peace, to build. You're going to have to decide what you're looking for in a good location. As you're exploring, try to get 30 cloth and 100 wood to make a sleeping bag. Step 2. Once you've found a good location for a base, hide a sleeping bag nearby. So in this game, I think I got a good location. There are a lot of rock nodes. It's surrounded by hills. There are a lot of trees. So I'm hiding a sleeping bag in this bush right here. One of the keys to solo Rust is you want to set yourself up so that each death doesn't really hurt you that much. You will die, and you will die a lot. In fact, a few seconds after this footage, this happened. This was only 11.5 minutes into the wipe, my first death, but the thing is I didn't lose 11.5 minutes of work. Because I placed that sleeping bag, I just respawned the exact same spot and I continued my work in the area. Step 3. Remember that you're trying to set yourself up as a solo player so that each death doesn't hurt you that much. You're doing 2 things in this step in whatever order you choose. You need to place down a stone enclosed tool cupboard in the exact spot you want to build your base so that nobody can steal the spot or grief you. Once you have the tool cupboard down, it doesn't matter how many times you die, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to build the rest of the base, the spot is yours. In this video you'll notice I am doing this under the cover of night. I'll show you another clip in a bit to make this a little clearer if you can't see. You'll also notice that I upgraded to wood first, just because I didn't have the stone and it was such a good spot I didn't want to lose it. But a few minutes after this I did upgrade it to stone. Here's the daylight clip. In this bush up here I've hidden a box. This is a perfect place to hide a box. The bush is very thick and it's surrounded by rocks. Remember, you're trying to set yourself up so that each death doesn't really hurt you that much. If somebody kills you, which somebody always will, you won't lose all your stuff, it's still safely in the box. Somebody of course could find your box, but it's still safer there than on your body. It's a few minutes later and now I have enough stone to upgrade my tool cupboard to stone. A few quick comments about the tool cupboard. A lot of players lose their house on day 1 because they don't enclose their tool cupboard in stone. A very common mistake is that a player will build a house, they'll put a tool cupboard inside, they'll put a wooden door on the door frame, and then somebody will get through the wooden door, the tool cupboard is right there, and the house will get griefed. Griefing is usually done as an afterthought. If a raider has your loot, but they need to put additional resources in to get your tool cupboard and grief your base, they probably won't. Step 4. Now that you have the tool cupboard in place and the area is yours, start constructing your base. Modular bases are always stronger. If you want base building suggestions, you can check my other videos. But to follow my program, you need a stone enclosed segment of your base that has 2 doorways. Since it always is possible that somebody could find your hidden stashes in the bushes, when you're going for stone nodes, I would recommend carrying a hammer with you. You can then use the stone directly onto your base like you just saw me doing, and stash all the other materials, the other ore. You can tell by my base foundations, my layout, that this is going to be a much larger base, but this is a modular base, so I only have to worry about this small section to get me off the ground. So now I've completed this 1x2 segment with 2 doorways. Step 5. So remember, you still don't have any doors on that small segment. We're going to put a few things together before we put the door on. Wooden doors are very weak and they will not last long, and key locks are absolutely terrible. Leave all of your items stashed in the bushes until you have crafted a wooden door, a key lock, and have at least 3,000 wood, 43 cloth, 200 stone, and 39 animal fat. Once you have all of that, grab your other stuff, get into the finished section of your house, and put the door and the key lock on the outside doorway only. You will then craft a sleeping bag, 2 or 3 wooden boxes, a small furnace, and use 1,000 wood to smelt metal ore in your furnace. Do not walk outside of your house with your key. That is very dangerous. You can either stay inside and wait about 30 minutes for your metal to finish for your sheet metal doors, or you can F1 kill and then do more work outside and respawn inside of your house in about 30 minutes. Now that I've explained the step, I'll show you the video of me trying to do this as fast as I could. This is probably the most dangerous step because you have all of your stuff on your body for maybe up to a minute when you're running around outside, so you want to do this as fast as you possibly can. Remember, you want to put one wooden door on the outside only. That inside is going to be left empty. You crafted that furnace inside. You want to make sure that the furnace is not sticking out from the wall behind it. And now use 1,000 wood to smelt some metal ore. If you set it up the way that I am, you can get about 600 metal fragments in about 30 minutes, which is enough for 2 sheet metal doors and 2 code locks. Before I get to the final step, let me take a quick digression into animal fat. Animal fat is going to be very hard to get, so make sure you're taking advantage of the animal fat you can get from your own body. You're going to be dying a lot, you're going to be starving to death, so occasionally F1 kill and put your body somewhere good where you can find it and go ahead and just chop up your own body. Sometimes you'll get lucky and people will do your work for you. You'll just find corpses. Usually you won't get much from a human corpse, but the amount of animal fat you get from a human body scales up the longer that person has been alive. And you only need 39 animal fat for your furnace, and you're going to need it, it all counts. If you kill 1 bear, that's enough for a furnace. If you kill 2 pigs, that's enough for a furnace, and pigs are nice because you can actually run them down and kill them with a rock. But you don't get a bow and arrow until level 7 with the XP system, and with 200 people running around on this server on wipe day, I couldn't find any pigs. But I did manage to accumulate the 39 fat for the furnace, mostly for my own body while I was doing other things. Step 6. About 30 minutes has gone by, my metal is finished, and I'm ready to make my sheet metal doors. You'll see now why this inner doorway has been left empty. My door is done, I can just put it on, and I don't have to go outside, I don't have to expose myself to any additional danger. My wooden door key has just been resting safely in this box. I haven't touched it until now when I'm ready to take the wooden door off and replace it with my sheet metal door. Normally I would recommend that you take the second sheet metal door and second code lock with you for this step, so that once you remove this wooden door, you can just slap the sheet metal door right on. But I thought maybe I heard somebody outside and this is just the way I did it. I wanted to check first. And there you go, you're finished. If you've achieved this as a solo player, you have a very good foundation that you can build from. You have a stone enclosed cupboard, you have a furnace, you have a metal airlock. With this, you'll be more or less safe for the moment, and you can really take your time and finish building this base. From the time I started to this time, it took me about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Depending on what kind of player you are, that may seem like a lot of time, or it may not seem like much time at all. But keep in mind, this was wipe day on a 200-person server. There was about a 45-minute wait to get into this server, basically all night. And I was killed a lot, which did slow down my progress a bit. I probably was killed about 10 or 15 times on wipe day. Hopefully I've proven to you that this system does work on a populated server, and if this seems too intense for you, you can certainly take this system and apply it to a much calmer, lower population server. Hey friend, hey, give me a tool, friend. Hey, I'll get XP for you, give me a tool. Here's the finished house a couple days later. My 6-step solo guide is about completing the hard part, getting yourself first set up with those metal doors and furnace. Once you do that, it's straightforward farming to finish your base. Let me leave you with one last tip. With the XP system, you're going to have to unlock some of the items you'll need for this guide. The server that I played on was freshly wiped, so I did start at level 1. Just keep an eye on your level and the level you need to be at to unlock these items. Plan accordingly and you should be fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below. And be sure to check out my other videos, especially if you're looking for some good modular base designs. Thank you for watching, and I'll leave you with a short montage of a few more clips of me dying while farming. Hey, give me a tool, man. Let me up. Hey there, friend. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Hey, give me a tool. I'll give you some XP. Give me a tool. I'll give you some XP. Hey, help me. Give me a tool, I'll give you some XP. Hey, help me up. Give me a tool, I'll give you some XP. Thanks.